Good afternoon, everybody. Today we have a first presentation day on paper number 101, Literature of Elizabethan Age and Restoration Period. So, my topic of my presentation is Fate versus Free Will on Macbeth, the role of three witches. This is my academic information. This is table of content. Uh, Now we discuss about my research question and hypothesis. To what extent my research question is to what extent does Shakespeare Macbeth present the tragedy as a result of supernatural fate influenced by the three witches or as the outcome of Macbeth's own free will and moral choices? Hypothesis. Although the three witches introduced the element of fate through their prophecies, Shakespeare ultimately portrays Macbeth's downfall as a product of his own free will, the which tempt him, but it is his unchecked ambition and conscious moral choices that lead to his tragic proving that human agency, not destiny, governs the course of play. Introduction. Shakespeare's Macbeth is a timeless exploration of the human ambition, moral choices, and the influence of the supernatural forces. Central to the play is the question of the fate versus free will. Are the tragic events determined by the destiny, or are they the result of the Macbeth's own decision? The three witches, as a supernatural agents, introduce the idea of the fate through their prophecies. Yet their role is deliberate, deliberately ambiguous. The audience is left to judge whether Macbeth is a pawn of destiny or the author of his own downfall. This presentation examines the tension between the fate and the free will, exploring how the witches, Macbeth's ambition, and the moral choices collectively shape the tragic trajectory of the play. Argument for fate, the power of weird. The witches as a agent of destiny. The witches are linked to the Old English concept of weird, which means fate is omnipresent force woven through much ancient literature. Predetermination. This view sees the prophecies as an unchangeable blueprint expressing the principal power or agency by which events are predetermined, controlling the action. The witches are agent of the larger machination that controls the human destiny. Their magic is directly correspondent to the unnatural phenomena that occurs the night of Duncan's murder, emphasizing their control over events. Argument for the free will. Internal ambition. Macbeth's true motivation, despite the influence of the supernatural, the central tragic force in the Macbeth is on human flow, valuating ambition. Self-authorship of ruin. Macbeth emerges as the most powerful source of the supernatural and the author of his proper woe. His transformation into tyrant is the conscious choice reflecting his nature to transform. The Christian conflict. The play contrasts pagan idea of predestined fate with the Renaissance Christianity beliefs in the free will and the personal accountability, highlighting the moral responsibility lies in the individual, not with the prophecy. The witch true role, agent of temptation. Witches as a tempters. The witches function as agent of devil, aiming to lead the Macbeth toward the everlasting perdition of his soul and body. Their prophecies serve as a bait, not a command. The moral test. Their supernatural presence presents Macbeth with a moral choice, a struggle to either seek God or to fall into temptation and that becomes the devil's disciple. The act of choice. Macbeth actively invites evil by the eagerly demanding, "Tell me more." By choosing to listen and act on the prophecy, he exercises his own free will. Banco, the structure of foil. Proof of free will. Banquo's reaction to the witch's prophecy demonstrates the failure is not predetermined. Uh, Although he receives the same predictions, he resists the temptation. Rejection of temptation. Banco consciously chosen to remain honorable, declaring he will neither beg nor fear your favor nor your hate. His resistance show that the prophecies are a test of the character, one of that Macbeth fails, proving fate alone does not dictate outcomes. A synthesis, destiny created by choice. Destiny is opportunity. Fate, the witch's prophecy, only creates the opportunity for evil. Free will as execution. Macbeth's free will makes the fatal decision to act upon that opportunity, choosing murder to accelerate events, fulfilling his own destiny. The tragedy is Macbeth takes hold of his future and fulfills his own destiny by choosing quickest, darkest path. The fatal consequences of the free will. Self created destiny. Once Macbeth chosen to murder Duncan, he forget a new self imposed destiny. From that moment, he becomes bound by the weight of his own action. Spiral of action. Uh, to secure his power, Macbeth is driven to commit further murder of Banquo and Lady Macduff, motivated by the paranoia and guilt. He is trapped not by the witches but by the irreversible chain of the consequences he set in motion. Psychological ruin. Haunted by the vision of hallucination, Macduff's inner torment reflects his moral decay. His mental collapse become the ultimate punishment for his own willful and destructive choices. Conclusion. While witches initiate the events through their prophecies, the true source of Macbeth's downfall lies in his own moral weakness and unrestrained ambition. The play reveals that fate may present opportunities, but it is human choice that determines the outcome. Macbeth's tragedy is not result of inescapable destiny, but his conscious decision driven by pride and desire for the power. Through his moral lens, Shakespeare emphasizes that the individuals are the architects of his own fate, and that unchecked ambition inevitably lead to ruin. These are references.
Do you think Macbeth would still have committed the murders if he had never met the three witches?
Probably not. Which the three witches implants the idea to get in power into the Macbeth. That's why Macbeth commit to murder the Duncan.
Is Macbeth's downfall a result of fate or his own free will? Why?
Uh, Macbeth's downfall. Macbeth's downfall depends on his free will, most probably, because the three witches plans only idea of to get in power, but the ambition of the Macbeth leads him to kill the Duncan. That's why free will, I think, most probably more important factors. Thank you.